Morning peeps. What the plan is today, we're going to make our way over to the ferry terminal, go and buy a Go Explore bus pass. Then we're going to try and hop on all the buses to go round the island, see not really how fast we can do it, but just to make sure we can do it. I'd like to try and get a bit of photography in a bit. However, with the weather warning and the winds getting up quite high later, they have warned that water's going to be coming over the top of the sea wall, so maybe not. If not, then we'll look at something else to do, but might get some dramatic shots with it coming over, so we'll have to see. So what the plan is now, I've just gone and had my breakfast. I'm gonna go and check out this room, leave my bag here at the hotel because of the fiasco yesterday, having to extend the trip because of the wind warnings for later and the ferry crossing cancelled. I've booked another room in this hotel, but I couldn't get the same room that I was last night, so I've got to come back and check in later. However, I do have a sea view in the room later, so that'd be nice. So I'll do a bit of a review and a show around of that room. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the ferry still runs tomorrow morning. Other than that, it's look at flights. But my car's in Evesham, so it's not like I can fly all the way back to Birmingham. I'd have to go either Liverpool or Manchester. I think Leeds might be a bit too far, but then I've got to make my way over to Evesham anyway, pick the car up and then get back to Birmingham. Due back to work on Thursday, so back at the normal day job. So come with me today and let's go and explore. So that's just coming out. Reception. Out through reception. It's lovely reception, really. Let's see how cold it is out here. Does seem like they've been that's not my poltergeist. Oh yeah, you can feel that breeze. Right. Let's go and cross over at the crossing. Okay. Looks like it's been raining as well. Yeah. So over there is where we're heading. That's where the ferry terminal is. That's where I can go and get me Go Explore card from. Then we can catch on the buses. So, hey, it's a bit breezy, but it's actually really nice. Some of those photos of that sea would be really good to catch. So, as you can see, it's quite blue skies as well above. So as we go along, I'll carry on recording things and having a chat about things. It's a bit weird for the first one. It's you watch some of the other vloggers and it just seems it rolls off the tongue. And I think it's because I'm new to this, I have to think what I'm saying, and I tend to go a lot, which I do notice. I will try and get out of that habit. might just take a bit of time, so bear with me. And if I sound like a hippo with asthma, it's because I am a hippo. I don't have asthma, I'm just fat. So let's carry on the journey, shall we, and see what we can see today. I hope it's Dave again in all his glory. That is a pretty cool monument, I've got to admit. And let's face it, like I said last night, it's been put on a pedestal, but he should be as well. So any squaddy or armed forces that has gone to war and fought for the country should be put on a pedestal because they've earned it. So fair play to them. Our wind certainly picked up a little bit. Supposed to be getting worse than this later. About double what it is now. See, all down the front of this promenade, they've got these kind of little gardens you can walk down. And it's kind of a fitting memorial. So, and they stretch for quite a while away. I think that's really nice. I think a lot of other seaside towns should take in of this. There's a theatre. I believe Peter Kay's on here next week. Show me one here tonight or last night. I'd have gone and seen him. I often get mistaken for Peter Kay when I don't have my beard. Can't see it myself. He wished he had my jokes. Just to show you how much of the wind is at the moment. Every now and again there is the sea spray coming up and over this wall. That's why I'm stood over this way a little bit so I don't get it. It's a bit might look like I get it in the face. There you go, a little bit. It has been a little bit worse than that. There you go. So we're just coming up to the ferry terminal now, which is that building with the kind of the Art Deco top. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's an observation deck or not, or just officers. But it certainly stands out amongst the buildings. You can definitely tell it's some sort of a transport hub. Kind of reminds me of an airport. Something like the old Berlin airport, what's now closed. Big Lloyd's Bank over there. So, look at that. Beautiful scenery. Right, so I've got my bus saver ticket. It wasn't the Go Explore, that's the one with the trains. Because the trains aren't running until March, it's the bus saver ticket, which is only £7.50, which they actually told me about. They didn't try and misguide me by selling me a Go Explore card, which I could only use half of anyway. So that's really good of them. There's the front of the ferry building, and that's where you go and get your ticket from. So I'll go and try and find the bus now. So just coming from the ferry terminal there, that's in this bridge. And this is the river coming just past the ferry terminal. And this is where your normal boats would come down and berth. There's a map. A bit of a history. So you've got all your boats down here. Looks a bit oldie-worldy. There's There's a bus. I'll go and catch the bus in a minute. Bridge over. Yeah, they both go all the way down there. I believe that's where you'd walk down there if you was going for the train as well. But we're not doing that today. We're catching the bus. Right, so that's me on my first bus to Castletown. Bus driver was really helpful actually. It's not the most clearly marked which one you need, but this one goes to Port Erin, so it calls in at Castletown anyway. So this will probably be the one I catch from Castletown to Port Erin as well in a bit. So we've just gone over the ferry bridge, which is superstition over here. It apparently goes back quite a few years that there's fairies what live here, and when you go over the bridge you're supposed to say hello to them. It's bad luck if you don't. It's that much so it's superstition that the bus actually announces to say hello. So, So, I've just got off the bus at Castletown. Don't know if I got off at the right bus stop, but I'm here anyway. So I got off at Castletown train station. And then when I got off, it looked like the bus was going towards the town centre anyway, so I probably could have stayed on, but never mind. A little bit more of a walk, get me steps in. Never gonna harm too much. That's random. There's a colourful kangaroo. Walking down into Castletown now, there's a bit of a waterway. Some ducks coming down, some swans and boats over there. And then just behind the house, don't know if you can see, here's the castle. So at least I didn't get too far off from the bus. But really nice place. I don't know if you can see that. You'll probably be able to see better as I get closer, but there is a massive statue of a heron, which is quite random. So that's a better view of the castle. A nice castle, to be fair, as castles go. There's the statue of the massive heron. So there's boats up there on the kind of the dry, if you like, out of the water. I don't know where they launch them from, because there's no slipway for them to come down onto. Or not that I can see anyway. Unless they have to tow them and somewhere else. Seems a bit daft though. A nice apartment. There's the heron. It's big, that is. And if he goes shopping at heron for his food, what you done? Looks like it's got a weird claw at the bottom. Don't know if you can see that on camera. Shall we go towards the town? Let's go this way. There's a bridge over there. I think it gets me a bit closer to the castle. Is that a walkway behind the cars? Yeah, it is. So today, because of the wind, I've got my little mic on. Only thing is, when I have this mic on, it drains me battery quite quick on my GoPro because it's all interlinked. But it's not an issue. I've got extra batteries in my pocket, so I've got my charger back at the hotel, so the battery should last me while I'm out today doing this. Then I can recharge them for tonight, hopefully back for the journey tomorrow morning, and try and see if I can up the car attachment up, see if I can get that working tomorrow, so at least maybe I might be able to do some time lapses or something on the way back. Let's go and cross this bridge over to the other side. Castle's up there. Yeah, crab pots, lobster pots. That looks a bit blustery, doesn't it, that water? But no, I reckon it'd be pretty cool out on that. rough ferry crossings and that really don't bother me that much. We all get seasick from time to time. Even normal crew do. Just makes it more fun. Yeah, that is a bit blustery out there. That looks wicked though. I love the scenery. Shame the castle's closed really. Could have gone and had a look. There. Bit of a history of the castle. It was built for a Norse king. And there's a nautical museum here. I think actually I've just come past it. I think it's the building over there on the other side. Huh. This apparently was the old police station, as the sign says. It's a castle. If it wasn't overcast and cold and windy, you'd think that was a Spanish fort, really. Got palm trees outside, which I find rather random. Pretty cool look though. It's a nice little place, this is Castletown. It's the old capital of the Isle of Man. However, the second city is Ramsey, or the second town is Ramsey, behind Douglas. It's not Castletown. I bet you it'd look nice when it was Christmas time, or when it snows. And that's a castle again. Just gonna have a look what's around this corner. Huh, buses. I'm assuming this is where I catch the next one to Port Erin then. I'm assuming this is the town centre. Let's go that way. Just gonna have a walk down the town. I like the memorials around here. Let's see if I can try and pick something up for my stepdaughter and my other half while I'm over here. Taking my present back from everywhere I go. I've got to involve them somehow, haven't I? Hopefully, you might see him on a video soon. Probably not my stepdaughter, she don't like pictures being taken of her. Oh, well, I thought it was a town, isn't a town, but there is. I like this. Oh, how you can see how they have pictures of whales, dolphins, and what you can see in these waters. Rizzo dolphins, minke whales, bottlenose, harbour porpoises, basking sharks. It's a shame the water's the way it is. You might have been able to spot some of them today because they tend to come into bays like this, especially basking sharks. but as you can see, it's quite a bit blustery today. I love this. I'd love to come back and do this in the summer. All types of birds and things what live here as well. So that's me on my next bus to Port Erin. I don't think it's that far from here. And then I've got to see if I can get from Port Erin to Peel on bus. I'll have to ask the bus driver, see what bus I need. I think it's the 8. Let's see where I get it from. But yeah, just started raining now, so not the best weather, but we'll carry on. Scenery is lovely. You've got the big hills and that. And then the tallest hill or mountain on the isle is Snaefell, which is in the north, which we might get a glimpse of in a bit. No matter where I seem to go, I always come across an ambulance. Oh, it looks like our old box ones. So, I won't say directly what I do, but you can probably guess by what I've just seen. Especially with me saying it looks like one of our old box ones. But yeah, but that's the day job. So, some camper vans there. Just coming into a little town now, or a little village. So, we are now at Port Erin. Just been dropped off by the bus at the train station. As I say though, the trains aren't running until March, which is a bit of a shame. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in the summer, I think, and do a bit of the tour, but do it by train next time. And the horse-drawn trams. So this tour's about the buses. That one's going to be about trains. Not that I'm really a train geek, but there's a train museum here as well. But we're in Port Erin at the moment. So I catch the bus from there to Peel. So I think what we'll do, we'll go and have a walk down here and have a look around, see what's here, if anything. So, oh, there's a map. Let's go and have a look at the map, shall we? These are smart. Don't know if you can see in there, but that's the museum. Alright, so where are we? We're there. And it looks a bit of a small place, does this? So, I did think about going up to, another map of like businesses and that pinpointed on the map. But I did look at going to St Mary, I believe it is, or Port Mary. But then it's a bit of an awkward one to get to and then come back. So I've kind of decided against that. So we'll just have a look around here and then catch the bus. Peel. So Peel, not Peel, Port Erin is on the western coast, so it looks like it's a bit more sheltered than it is on the eastern. Oh. It's the godfather of Port Erin. Yeah, the waters over this side definitely look a bit more calmer. It's typical. This is one of those roads that nothing comes until you want to cross, and then everything wants to come. Oh wow. Bit of a car park and that. Boating place over there. That would be pretty cool to get up there. Don't think I'll be doing that today though. So, looks a nice beach. There's a fishing trawler out there as well. Don't know if you can see that on the video though. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be a great deal here. But it looks like there could be quite a few hikes up there. So in the summertime, I could imagine this getting quite busy with hikers and mountain bikers. Not too sure if Port Erin features on the Isle of Man TT. I don't think it does. It'd be pretty cool if it did though. The Isle of Man TT is quite dangerous at the first place, but I think the roads around here would probably make it a little bit too dangerous. So, correct me if I'm wrong. So, it'd be cool to see around here though. Right, so that looks like that's all of Port Erin done. So, what we'll go and do, we'll go back up here, go around the corner and catch the bus to Peel. I believe it's the number 8, bus driver said. So that's me on the number 8 bus now up to Peel. Probably once I get there, that's going to be about halfway round, I think. And then it's from there, from Peel over to Ramsey, then Lexi, and then back to Douglas. So I think what I might do when I get to Peel, depending on how big the place is, I might look at seeing about getting some food, depending on what times the buses are up to Ramsey and if they're quite frequent or not. But yeah, nice little charming place here, and again, the bay. Not a lot here though, unfortunately, but I bet you it'd be quite nice in the summer just to come and sit down on that beach and forget about the world for a little bit. But some dramatic cliffs down there. Only thing is, because of the rain on the water, I don't know if you can see it very good. The scenery here is stunning. And problem is, because it's raining, you're not getting a great view through the actual window, so the smears on it, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. This is what these adventures are all about, getting to see places like this and highlighting them to you guys as well. Might give you an inspiration to kind of go here, have a look yourself. So what kind of surprises me is Port Erin and Peel are on the west coast of the Isle of Man. But when you catch the bus from Port Erin to Peel, the bus route tends to come back all the way over the other side of the island to the east coast, go up the east coast before making its way back over to the west coast, rather than just going straight up the west coast. I find that quite bizarre. I don't know if it's just that there's not a lot in between, or unless it's just mountainous terrain that they've just not seemed to put roads on. It just seems a bit bizarre to come all the way over this way to then go back again. So most of these bus routes all go past the airport. We've just gone to the airport a minute ago, excuse me. I didn't show it, I caught it earlier. But the scenery, it's just outstanding. It's just a shame I can't really show it you through the windows of the bus because of the rain on the windows. It's just distorting the view a bit. So unfortunately, it's got to be one of those trips of you've got to be here to see it. But if you ever feel like you want to go for an adventure, definitely come over to the Isle of Man. Really, really nice. Definitely worth it. Yeah, I know we've had the cancellation of the ferries, and now it's not very often. It just happened to be on this trip, which I suppose for the video it kind of shows what can happen on these trips and how you have to adapt to overcome it, which it's not a bad thing. You know, it kind of makes you change your plans a little bit. And I'm pretty sure all the other vloggers what do this type of thing, they've all come undone at some point, where plans haven't gone to the way that they want them to, and they've had to kind of adapt and overcome. So it's kind of a good exercise, really. But yeah, I don't know how much longer we've got on this bus to Peel, but I'll have a look then at Peel, see what time the buses are to Ramsey, and if we've got plenty of time then I might go and grab some food. So I don't think it'll be a lot, not overly hungry, but I just want something to keep my energy levels up a bit. So especially being a fat lad, you know, I need a lot of food. So we're now just been dropped off at Peel by the bus. Just gonna have a look round. Have a walk down to the seafront. So, and then I'll have a look at the bus timetable then to see what time the buses are. Decide if I'm getting some food here or over somewhere else. I don't know which. Where's the town centre? Let's go this way. The Isle of Man in a whole reminds me very much like Derbyshire. Little streets, awesome scenery. Oh, really nice places. People seem quite friendly as well. You ask them something, they're willing to stop and tell you, instead of like London, where they just walk past you and won't even give you time of day. But let's have a wander down here. Get out of the way of the car. Oh, Manx dolphin watching. Dolphins. Heron knowledge wanted. That's nice how they definitely like the wildlife around here. Kind of resonates with me. Anything to do with the sea, oceans, whales, dolphins, sharks, you know, I'm all over that. What's that? Hill City Diner. Tesco. Co-op, right next door to each other. Makes sense. Nice little houses. The butchers. Right there. Bookshop. Guy decides to walk in the middle of the road with a car behind him. Still doesn't move. Kind of makes me laugh as well. Everyone's on the phone to each other. Everyone seems to know each other as well. I suppose that's a thing with a relatively small island. I'm saying no, it's not massively small. Still quite I think it's something like 260 square mile, so still relatively big. Get out of the way of this van coming here. Look at the scenery up there. Manx Wildlife Trust. Wild Guide. I think that's the way down to yeah, it must be, because there's the castle down there. St. Peter's Church. Well, that house certainly stands out, doesn't it? Very vibrant colours. What's that? gonna turn down here. Apparently this goes down towards the castle. Apparently through the window there's some Vikings pulling a ship or something, so I've been told. So that'd be quite a cool view if I can get that. And the House of Manannan is down this way as well, which is a museum. Oh, there it is. There's House of Manannan. As you can tell by my face, it's a bit cold, blustery and wet. Ah, look at that, there's the marina. I might... Did I go around the front? Or do I go that way? Let's go this way and then come around. Note to oneself, buy some fingerless gloves because my hands are absolutely frozen. Another note to oneself, lose some weight. Look at me double chins. Ooh. It's enough for me to go round there. If a shark wanted to have me, jeez. I'd have a feast, wouldn't it? House of Manannan. It's like that Rihanna song, isn't it? What's my name? Manannan. What's my name? Manannan. That's my rendition of it, anyway. Ugh. The wind's just blown and I've just had some water come off the building straight down the back of my neck. Oh, that was cold. I don't know where this Viking boat is in the window. But here's the marina. It's a pretty cool marina, isn't it? I had to four the boats, that'd be mine over there, that little red puddle jumper thing. Oh. And at Castletown, when I said about the boats on the dry bit, and I couldn't see a slipway, there was one. It was very similar to this one. It was just out of the way so you couldn't really see it, but there was one. Let's have a wander around here. There's the castle up there, Peel Castle. That's closed at the moment. I'm wondering if that's where the Viking thing is, what she was on about. Oh, what's this about the basking sharks? That's advertising for herring specialists at the moment, so I don't know what that's all about. Oh, get basking sharks in Peel, do you? See other things you can see in Peel. Minke whales and that. I've seen a minke whale, or seen two minke whales when I went to Aberdeen. They literally came right up at the bow of the ship. Even the crew on the Northlink ferry, even they was excited to see them because they was that close. It was almost like there was bow waving. And then followed them was about, I don't know, 20 to 30 bottlenose dolphins, what normally reside around Aberdeen Harbour. And on that trip, that's all we seen really, on some poor harbour porpoises. So, oh, here's the House of Manannan. Here's the where they're pulling a Viking ship. That's pretty cool, isn't it? There's a visitor centre in there and cafe. House of Menannan. Menannan, what's my name? Menannan, what's my name? So it's a guide through the rich Celtic, Viking, maritime past. Maybe one to come and do in the summer. Maybe come over for a few days to come and do that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And capture that. Hopefully it might be a bit warmer in the summer as well. And not as rainy. So here's all the fishing fleet out of Peel. Got quite a big fishing fleet, to be fair. Some rust buckets though, ain't they? Don't know what it is with HM Coast Guard. I don't know what it is with fishing fleets. They just never seem to keep them looking tip top. It's almost like it's just a bathtub of rust. And that's what our fish come in on. Kind of makes you wonder if it's sanitary, really, doesn't it? So, oh, that looks nice. It's a fishing trawler going out. Wow, look at that dramatic scenery. Again, another memorial. This is to memory of seamen lost at sea. Old war memorial as well. Here's the promenade of Peel. There's a castle up there. I've got to admit that there is some really nice beaches here. That's nice, isn't it? Ah, that scenery is mint. I just hope it's picking it up properly on the camera compared to what I'm seeing. It'd be cool in the summer if they do kind of boat trips out to see the dolphins and things like that here. That'd be well worth a visit. Fish bar there. And if they take card, kind of fancy some prawns. That'd be a good walk up the top there, wouldn't it? Get a good view. Public bar over there. Restaurant on the seafront. So again, it's a little bit more sheltered than the East Coast. So it's not as rough. I should imagine once we go back over to Dublin or even Ramsey that way, the sea state will be a lot worse. But so far, really enjoying it, really having a good time. So I've just decided I'm going to have a bit of a wander across this bridge, have a look down into the marina and over the other side. As you can see, the swell's quite a bit at the moment, and that's in the harbour. So you can only imagine what that would be like if you was on a boat out at sea. But it'd have certainly made it fun going back tonight if it was going, but never mind. Let's go and have a walk over here. I don't know if this is just a car park or not, but I can have a look. Bit more about the whales and that what are here. Oh, recent sightings. South Laxey Bay, starfish, dolphins, bottlenose, off Laxey Bay. So fast travelling north. Angus whale and dolphin watch. Looks like they get quite a few Rizzos over this way. Not seen a Rizzo yet. I'd quite like to. Seen plenty of common dolphins and bottlenose. I think most people have seen bottlenose. Oh wow, look at this little bay. And this is the car park to the castle. A bit of a statue there. Ah, this is mint. Look at this. Got my own little bay. You might even get dolphins come into this little bay for a bit of a shelter. Oh wow, look at all these shells. Masses of them. The colour of the water as well is amazing. Nice green colour. And look at the sea spray as well, off the sea over there. Well, this is my absolute element. Being next to the sea, love it. I miss living near the sea. Yeah, amazing. It's just some calming effect, isn't it? So, especially if you've had a crap week, month, year, whatever. Just go to the seaside, you know. Within an hour, you feel back to normal. So, can't really say there's much else whatever makes you feel like that. Environment-wise, anyway. So, just stunning. Love the sound of the, as it laps up as well. Oh, it would be amazing now if a dolphin kind of popped its head up. Or its fin, at least. Do you reckon I could just stay here all day? Castle up there. I think this has to be my new favourite place, just here. I think if I had my bag with me, which I've left at the hotel, I think I'd be taking some of these shells home with me. Awesome. I think I've got a new idea. I think what I'm going to do is buy a boat, move over here, and go and do whale and dolphin tours. Certainly beats the day-to-day grind, doesn't it, of normal work, having to deal with people what wants to send through. It apparently needs emergency care, which it never does. So, see that boat over there would do me, that yellow one. Stunning. I'm just outside the town hall at the moment of Peel, waiting for the bus to go to Ramsey. Decided not to have anything to eat here. I'll wait until I'll get to Ramsey. Once I get to Ramsey, which is the longest leg of this trip, I'll get some food then, because I'm on the home stretch. It's only Laxey after that, and then back to Douglas. And then by the time I get back, if it's still light enough, I'll get the camera out and go and do some photography. So, catch me on the bus, making my way over to Ramsey. Right, so that's us now on the next bus to Ramsey. I think this is the longest leg of it all. It's either this one or the last one. With it, the last one going all the way around the sticks to get here. But,
this service is for Ramsey, calling at Cronkerbody, Kirkmichael, Blair and Solby.
So I think I'll get some food at Ramsey. Ramsey being the second city anyway, should be big enough. In a bit. So the road we're currently on at the moment is part of the Isle of Man TT race. Which is pretty cool. Must be quite epic to watch the motorbikes come around here. So there's quite a few hairpins and it's, yeah, you go over one side, you ain't standing much of a chance. The scenery is just breathtaking. So we're just arriving at Ramsey bus station now. Thank you. Which way is it to the town centre? Which way to town centre?
Just straight across the road there,
Straight.
mate. Head that way.
Nice one.
Come to the main street.
Thank you very much. Cheers. See ya. So that's us off the bus at Ramsey. Just laxly left and back to Douglas. But I think what I'll do now is go and grab some food, I think. A little bit hungry now. That's Derby. So I'm assuming we'll get the bus to Laxey from here as well. So, I'm assuming up there is a mountain. I'm assuming that is Snarefell, which is the highest point on the island. And when I come back in somehow, I'm going to see if I can go up there, because you can catch a train up to it. So that'd be quite cool, I reckon. You get some mint views from up there, I reckon. See the whole island. So let's go and find out where I'm going here. So bus drivers are straight over the road and straight down, so let's go and have a look. So I've just come across a few shops, which was at that Intercross, but there wasn't a lot there. And I'm kind of assuming that wasn't the main town. Especially to say it's supposed to be the second town. I'd have expected quite a bit more. Ah, that looks like it could be the town down there. Fishing trawler. It does make me laugh when you have a camera and you're walking about. You tend to get a lot of people side-eyeing you. And they'll look at you because they think you're talking to yourself as well. Even though I have a mic attached. But yeah, alright, give it its juice. It does look quite a big place now. It's opening up a little bit. Yeah, it's assigned to a swimming pool over there. Is that not just the sea? Oh yeah, I'll definitely be able to get some food here. One thing I've not seen here yet is a McDonald's. Which, yeah, it's not a bad thing to be fair. It's too easy nowadays just to get a McDonald's and be unhealthy. Oh, here's the town. Oh, so those few shops I see must have been this street, just a bit further down there. Ah, kind of makes sense now. I wonder where that bridge goes to. Kind of looks like it goes onto a docks. Ooh, camera shop. And I'll go back with any more camera stuff. I think the other half would kill me. However, that is quite a good tripod. There's a mini calf. Among Us bar. You watch now said about the no McDonald's here. You watch, I'll go around the corner, there'll be a McDonald's. So no, without McDonald's here, I can understand why a lot of people run and things like that. A good way to keep healthy. Well, unless you're like me and you've got buggered knees and buggered back and just old. So I don't think my running days are well and truly behind me nowadays. I think if I need to get fit, I'll either have to go on those fat jabs, which I don't really want to do because I don't believe they're I don't believe they're that healthy. Long-term implications of them. Jury's still out at the moment on that. I think I'd prefer to just go down the gym and just work hard. But obviously people have done it and they've lost a lot of weight, so fair play to them, but I think I'd rather try and do it the old-fashioned way, to be fair. However, this is a disclaimer. If I do decide to go on, don't watch this video again, as I'll be going back on my word. Fishmonger over there. Having a live boat shop, which is closed. It's weird actually, because even though it's quarter to 3 in the afternoon, everything seems to be closed, unless you go to somewhere like Tesco's. Right, let's go down here. I've spotted the seafront. Well, to be fair, out of all the places I've been to today, I wouldn't say this is the prettiest. Kind of reminds me a little bit like Grimsby. Well, Grimsby, Scunthorpe. Well, not quite as bad, but then is it just because it's a commercial town and the others, yeah, they've got fishing ventures, they're not really classed as commercial towns. Then you've got Douglas Riches and that's pretty, so don't know, this one seems to be a bit of a odd one out. There's the sea state this side of the country, or this side of the island. As you can see, it's a little bit different this side compared to the west coast. Yeah, what can be found here then? Conservation zone, fishery management, horse mussel zone. So I wonder if that's Scotland over there that you can see. Well, as if it's picked it up on the camera. I can see it, but I've got better eyesight than a lens on a camera. But it's over there in the distance. Now it is sad that if you go up to Snaefell on a clear day, you can see Scotland, Wales, England and Ireland. tide's going out again. I think high tide was about 12:30. So should be on its way out. I think low tide's around about 5 o'clock or 5:30. We came in on a low tide last night. But again, the scenery, I know I keep battering on about the scenery, but you really can't beat it. Which you can go anywhere on this island and you get spectacular views. So, which to be fair, I'm probably biased because spectacular views to me is the sea and the coast anyway. Where others it might be inland and mountains, which, don't get me wrong, is nice. But I prefer the sea. So I think I'm a bit of a water baby, as opposed to an inland. Which for me, being in the middle of the country, it makes it a long way to go if I want to go to the sea. Because I have to go either down to the south coast, which is about 2.5 miles, or I'll go 2.5 hours, or I'll go over to the Weston-super-Mare, which for some could be their favourite place, but certainly not mine. And I could go over to Skeg Vegas. Good old Skeggy. Everyone moans about it, but every time you go there on holiday, you always have a good time. Right, I'm parched, so I've got to go and find some food. So, yeah, go and have some food and then catch the bus to Laxey. Right, so I've managed to grab some food. Not the best food, to be fair, but food at least. Just making my way over to the bus stop now to catch the bus to Laxey. Have a quick look round there, and then the bus from there then to back to Douglas, and then that completes the challenge. So, right, I'll see you on the bus. So, we're now on the last bus to Laxey, and that's just from Laxey then back to Douglas, and then that'd be it. So that's us going around the whole island, doing what we set out to do. So yeah, I don't think there's a great deal at Laxey. Normally it's where the electric train and that stops, but obviously that's not running this time. So I don't think we'll be at Laxey long. Obviously they've got I think it's the world's biggest working wheel still there, but it's about a mile away apparently, so I don't think I'll be going over to there. Not tonight, I think it'll be too dark by the time we get there. So, but yeah, try and get some footage of the scenery on the way. And yeah. So, yeah, I'm back in the hotel now after completing the challenge of getting around the island all the way around on buses. But yeah, it's been a really good day. Still a bit apprehensive about tomorrow, as the sailings for the afternoon crossing from Heysham over here and back again tomorrow night have been cancelled. However, the morning one tomorrow is still showing okay at the moment, so fingers crossed I managed to get back. So I'm back in the hotel room now, gonna have an early night. Yeah, so luckily I can see the ferry terminal from here, so when I wake up in the morning, if I look out and I can see the ferry, that's quids in for me. So I'll see you in a bit and sign off from there.